the cloud. Okay, we are recording. This is the Open CPN workshop on the Project Sailing Club. Now we are recording. So let's start off by saying how many people here have not downloaded the Open CPN software yet? Anybody?
I haven't. I don't plan to.
Okay. How many have not downloaded any charts besides Alex? Okay. Would you like to download some charts?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes it a lot more useful.
Yeah.
So I am going to do a share screen here. Can everybody see the chart?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is Bruce. I can't hear anybody yet. I'm trying to get my sound up. But
Okay.
I don't have any software, so I'm just looking over everybody's shoulder.
Okay. We're going to start by up in the left-hand corner here. Can you see my mouse, my pointer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to click on options. Is everybody following me doing this on their own, or do you want me to just talk you through it?
No,
This is good.
All
They
right,
have the nice
all I have
icons.
a map of the world. That's
Yeah.
what I have.
That's all you get until you get some charts located.
Okay, so what thing you clicked on?
By the way, less than an hour ago, I deleted my old version 4.8 of OpenCPN and downloaded the 5 point whatever it is, this current one. And I haven't been able to find my charts. So I re-downloaded the region 2 charts. So let's start by here looking at display. We'll start by,
Go back to your step.
I'm sorry, go back to what?
Clicked on.
One more time if we can.
You said click on something upper left, but I couldn't find what you clicked on.
Okay, do you see my pointer going up here? Do you see the menu? If you put your pointer way over the top of left, it may be. And one of the one with the gears on it says options.
Okay. Yeah, it's really teeny on my iPhone.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, so click on options.
Yeah.
Everybody at that? Okay. Let's just go through them quickly. General. Some things I like to do is under the controls here where I'm pointing, smooth panning and zooming, and zoom to cursor. Now, if you're on an iPhone or something like that, the zoom to cursor may not work. Then I'm going to go click on the next tab to the units. I believe it comes standard nautical miles, knots for the speed, and depth is in feet. Lat long, I strongly recommend you use their standard as degrees and decimal minutes. Very few people are using degrees, minutes, and seconds anymore. It's actually getting, let's see if it's got this option here. Yeah, see this middle one is decimal degrees. That's what people are using when you are giving a lat long on a computer. Like if you were to just put the lat long of something into Google Maps with a decimal, it will actually find it. So any questions on lat long, that stuff?
Read decimal.
All good.
Degrees and decimal minutes. I am a big believer on the bearings, show magnetic bearings and headings. We're in a boat. We're not in Coast Guard Auxiliary or Power Squadron. We want to know which direction we're looking at. So let's do that.
Craig,
Yeah.
it allows you to select both true and magnetic. What do you get if you select both of them?
Can you do both of them? No, it's gonna, oh, really?
Yeah, you can do both.
I only use magnetic. I honestly believe that's the simplest way.
Yeah, well, I usually magnetic too, but
Okay, I'm gonna just go quickly through the advanced. It does give you the option of have the chart display, the skewed raster is north up. I have not checked that. You may want to. The skewed raster charts are typically the fold out, the old fold out small craft charts that, you know, kind of go from Boston to Cape Ann or Boston, you know, down to the Cape or something like that. You can do it either way.
okay.
Chart zooming, I probably should go back on the downloading. We'll get there in a minute. We have, do people know the difference between raster charts and vector charts?
No,
Okay. A raster chart is the one that you're seeing behind the screen here. It's the Xerox copy of a paper chart, basically. It's what we have all grown up with and we all recognize as a standard chart. The vector charts or the electronic charts. And they vary in look and detail all over the place to the point that I have very often been confused because I don't have enough information on the electronic charts. So much so that I am not using them very often. So now, if I was doing this on my phone and memory space was a concern, I might have to go to the electronic charts. So, and the detail. So what I did on mine, I was on the raster. I put that way up to 4 is here, +4. The vector and the detail level, CM93 detail level, I left at 0, which is a standard.
Just a reminder that your typical chart plotter is in vector mode, right?
Absolutely. And they are very nice. Well, yes and no. A lot of the newer ones are. If you get them set up right, they're wonderful. And if you choose to use vector mode, that's great. I prefer raster. But I'm not going to argue with anybody that says that they'd rather use vector. I kind of do recommend choosing one. Templates don't really do anything. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the top and clicking on charts. I have chosen, well, I'm going to go chart files. I'm going to go to chart downloader, which is the far right-hand tab. You see where I'm pointing here? And it turns out that I have a whole bunch of, I had chosen charts for region 2, that Rock Island, Rhode Island to the Canadian border. If you've ever had a chart kit, you know, the ones that actually Leo Corsetti was helped found that company before it was bought out by others. That is that big chart kit.
before you get too far ahead, when I select the chart downloader, I do not get what you are seeing.
What you have to do that, go to the select catalog and then say add catalog. You see this new chart source?
I see. It says, okay, so I've got predefined and custom.
Predefined.
Uh-huh.
Go down to the second one, says USA-NOAA.
Yeah.
Inland. Click the plus arrow there. Daryl may want to go to electronic. I'm going to go to RNC. raster nautical charts.
I hate to show my ignorance, but you left me in the dust again.
Okay, where did I lose you?
All I see is chart files, vector chart display, chart groups, tides and currents, chart download.
Chart downloader.
Then I got a select catalog and a download charts. That's all I get.
Select catalog.
And then again,
Down the bottom, it says add catalog.
oh, okay, add catalog. All right.
Then you click the USA. I'm going to do RNC. And I'm going to do it by region. Some people do it by state. Region 2 goes from Block Island to the Canadian border. That's where most of us are sailing. So I'm going to do that. And it should have been down the bottom populated, that it tells you where it's going to be saved. And you may want to select a folder and put it in the pick. This is the time, if you're doing it the first time, find a place where you want to keep it. Not under your Word documents or something like that.
How much are you selecting?
What's that?
So I got a whole bunch of regions.
I chose region 2.
This reason too, okay.
Once you've selected it, click OK. Okay, now this has changed slightly from the way I did it before, because I changed Barbara Iannone, did you are you there? Did we lose Barbara? Because she did this today, I believe.
I did it the other day, Craig.
Oh, did you, Jill? Hi, Jill.
Hi. Don't ask me what I did though.
Okay,
I have to,
that's right. Barbara
I
Goldberg,
have
you
to
did it.
click update to open that up to find.
That's
the
what I just
charts.
clicked, but maybe mine's fully
Or,
updated.
yeah, yours is already updated for us. It
There.
didn't come up with that, so just highlight it and then click update and it'll come up with a date. A date will pop into there.
Okay. Now, this program seems to want you to hit apply a lot. So the bottom right. And then say,
I hate to slow this train
that's
down.
right.
I'm back on, I got catalog, region 2, Block Island, Rhode Island. And then where do I go from there?
Highlight it
Yeah,
and click update.
Oh, you know, I have to go on my own.
okay.
Does that pop up a window with a whole bunch of charts?
Well, no, just one, RNC catalog 02 region released and the date. Just one. Like the same one, anyways, I just got one. I click on that.
I'm having trouble pulling up specific chart listings too, Craig.
Double click on it.
I tried this yesterday and I spent like an hour and a half and I could not get the charts until I used the default directory. I kept on thinking I want my own directory, but until after I gave up on doing that and just use their default directory, then I could see all the files. Then all the charts came up and then it was a piece of cake. But I do not know why it lets you change directories, but it doesn't let you see the files. If you can't see the files, you can't download them.
I'm gonna do,
I had to double click on that section to have it open up and show me the charts.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
I'm surprised. I just downloaded Florida again because I uploaded to the new version 5.2.4 and downloaded Florida. And the way I do it, I keep all files outside on SD drive so that I don't overload my memory of my computer. And I think it went fine. It did not do any problems.
it's funny because I did this an hour ago and it came right down. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there it is. I clicked on
That's right.
download charts
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and now it populated.
Mhm.
And you choose the charts you want to download and say hit download.
Right.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
does everybody have that where Newport, Rhode Island?
Yeah.
No, I just still got that original RNC product catalog, go to region. And I double click on it and I get a little box that says predefined or custom, select the
Custom? I mean, predefined, yeah,
predefined,
predefined
and then what?
by region. You can do it by region or state or whatever, but I'm doing it by region and I'm
How do-
sure.
Work with me here. It says predefined and then it has some, GSH base map, NOAA island, NOAA and inland charts, but they don't look to be clickable.
It should be, I'm trying to get the RNC product catalog O2 region. Have you clicked down the bottom, add a catalog? You got the USA. Did you click on USA?
I'll go back to USA.
Yeah. To the predefined, then you click the USA, then click the RNC.
Select the folder, predefined.
Yeah.
Name is region 2, Block Island, then a URL. And a chart.
Okay, so you found region 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And down the bottom it says select the directory. Okay, once you've chosen region 2, click OK.
This brings me back to the original
Oh,
screen.
shoot. I just downloaded a second time.
I did that earlier today.
Actually, Craig, you did
So-
not download it. You just selected. The download will be the next column.
Okay.
So you are just selecting right now. You are not downloading.
Uh,
Says
Okay.
no items match your search.
Okay. I'm sorry, it said what? No, item.
No items match your search.
Click on download chart tab up the top there.
Downloads. Payroll files, Doom, GZ Doom.
Hmm.
You have a more interesting file directory than I do. This is on that options box. We haven't left that options box yet.
All right, going back to the options. Select catalog, download charts. Okay. Oh, download selected charts. Oh, now it's starting to download 83 charts.
Okay. Did everybody get downloading 83 charts?
Yes.
No, because I was waiting for you to tell me which one to select.
Now let's see. We're going to do some chart work in a little bit. So
Choose-
where do we want to do something? Do we want to do something in Boston where I am, or do we want to do something about Nantucket Sound, or where do we want? Does anybody have any preferences? It'll take about 4 or 5 minutes to download all 83 of them. If you want to just download all of them.
Why don't we focus on one chart like 218, Craig, the training chart area?
Okay, let's,
Spacebar.
on my list here, do you see one here? If everybody's got the same thing, Newport, Rhode Island to Bermuda, well, that's a plotting sheet. We don't want that one. Approaches to New York, that's too big a scale. Cape Sable, Cape Hatteras is too big a scale. So I want to go down a page or two. George's Bank is too big. Block Island Sound. Does everybody see that one? Let's do that one. Block Island Sound and approaches.
Okay.
Block Island Sound and Point Judith to Pontotoc Point. Block Island itself. I'm going to go down a little bit here.
For that, do I need to download the Rhode Island catalog, or is that in the Massachusetts catalog?
I was doing it by region too, but they are the same charts if you did a Rhode Island. If you did Rhode Island, that's fine. Okay, let's do those, about 10 charts or so.
Would you list them again, please, Craig? Block Island Sound and approaches all the way through to how far?
Down through Providence Harbor.
Okay.
Now that you've selected whatever charts, click, see where I'm pointing here, download selected charts.
Okay, so I let it go and it downloaded all 83. So how do I
Good.
just get
Fantastic. Don't back up.
okay.
See, it's on mine, it's downloading chart 7, chart
Yeah.
7 of 9, 8 of 9. And it's taken, 5 seconds per chart that was loaded or something
Now I
like
just click on okay.
that. Okay, once it stops downloading, I want you to click the apply button down here in the bottom right.
Oh.
Now I'm gonna go, if you've done that, is everybody with me now?
Yeah.
Okay, down here, update control, I'm gonna click both scan charts and update database. And
Where did you get that?
this is on the left tab, chart files.
Chart files?
Yeah,
Okay, no, I do scan charts.
Okay.
I'm going to do a full database. We don't have that many things. So prepare, we don't have any electronic charge, so it doesn't. But I click those 2 buttons down here, and I'm going to push apply. Mine were already uploaded, so it only took a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it did. Zoomed right in.
Okay, since these were just downloaded, they're probably all up to date.
Sorry, Craig, could you just go over that quickly again, the last section?
All right, click on chart files. Got that? You're muted, sir.
Yep.
Click on scan charts and update database and full force database rebuild. Then down here, click on apply. Now again, it only took a second or two because mine were already updated. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. I'm not seeing anything showing up yet.
Okay, well, let's find out if it did. I'm gonna click OK and get out of the option screen. Now, I'm gonna have to zoom way out here.
Get a bunch of over boxes.
I see.
See, what I have done here is I've gotten the, you may start out with a map, something like this. Mine actually started out with,
Yeah, it was in Africa.
yeah, it was in Africa here. So I can zoom out, go over to Eastern United States and start to zoom in a little bit. And now see all these red lines. That's the charts that I have downloaded. We didn't do that many here. I'm going to zoom in further, and it should. It may or may not should. Since we had the. I'm not sure if we got the quilting done or not, but if you kind of get to New England, start to zoom in slowly until you kind of get down to Rhode Island, and hopefully you'll see something. This I see Rhode Island and Long Island and Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket and Cape Cod. So people get that close.
Yeah. Craig, I've got a question. I was doing Florida before I did this.
Yeah.
And how do I get rid of what's on my screen?
You don't get rid of it. You add New England.
Well, I did add New England, but I can't find New England now. I'm only finding the Florida.
Zoom out until you're until you can see. See, I'm zooming out here.
See if we get the detail.
Oh, okay. I got it now. Okay. Then what do I do? Click the red?
I typically zoom in without clicking the red until I kind of see where I want to be.
But how does it know where I am? It's not giving up Florida.
If you zoom in on Rhode Island, it should go over there.
Craig, I had those red boxes like you did on the yellow, right? But as I go in, yours just magically went to this chart. Mine just keep on the red and the red boxes and the yellow. This makes it bigger and bigger, but it doesn't actually ever go into a chart.
Well, let's go back to options. Charts. Did you click apply? Make sure you hit apply.
Who was talking from Florida?
I was. Barbara.
Barbara, did you set up the GPS? Like, did it say like the portion where you could actually put in like, your area? Because if it's on, what did you put it on, your computer?
Yeah, I've got it on my Mac. I don't think I have a GPS on the Mac.
I don't think that makes a difference. If you move your cursor and I
finally got up there and I have all the red boxes, but now I'm not, even if I make it bigger, I'm not getting charts.
Try double clicking.
Oh, but wait a minute. If I go here, sometimes that does it. Nope.
Hit the plus sign on your computer board, on your keyboard.
Isn't there something about stitching charts together? Would that help?
No, they'd be too far away.
Yeah, stitching charts is really good.
Is that what's making it appear together?
Well, it's not together. I'm now up in Rhode Island, but now I only have red boxes.
Okay, all right, good. You have red boxes. Down the bottom here, do you see that there's a bunch of little blue square, little rectangles here?
Oh, I got it. Okay, the first one I went to was still Florida.
Okay, click on the furthest left one. Or the second one. See, as I click out further ones, I'm getting, I'm gonna go way over here and I'll all of a sudden be at a So I'm going to go back into the thing that will kind of highlight the ones that I want to be in.
So my furthest left was Point Judith Harbor.
Okay. Well, can everybody find Point Judith? Can people find Newport? Let's find Newport. Everybody knows where Newport is, I think.
Hold it a second, Craig.
Yeah.
My computer crashed. Which chart are we using now?
I'm trying to get to Newport.
Newport, okay.
Who's that, Tom?
Yeah, it's me.
I'm stuck on the Cape Cod Canal. I can't get off of it.
Well, that's happened to me several times.
Yeah, turn around, you'll go faster. Zoom out, Ken.
Let's see. Newport.
Craig, I've got the boxes, but I zoom in on them and I don't see any charts really.
Did you click one of the buttons, the little boxes down there at the bottom?
Rectangles
The
at the
little
bottom of the
rectangles,
screen?
yeah. See where my pointer is down there, bottom left?
Okay.
Click the typical, the furthest left one.
Kind of tedious clicking every single box. Is there some faster way to do this?
Yeah, typically the further right you go, I'm going to go to the furthest right one, see what I get. See, I've got a huge, now I downloaded the entire region 2, but this shows that I'm there. So if I zoom out on this one, oops, I went back to another chart. See, I've got this is an offshore planning. This is something if I were trying to, this thing is too quick to go back to. See, there's the kind of the whole Northeast. But we didn't download all the charts. At least some of us didn't. And I believe the fault is if you're on at least a PC, when I tap here, it will recenter where I tapped. So I'm going to go up here and I happen to know where more or less where Newport is. I'm going to tap there and it'll automatically recenter the screen to there. Then I'm going to zoom in. Now, does everybody found the Newport area?
I'm still down there.
Yep. Who has not found it?
Dutch Harbor. I have Dutch Harbor.
Okay, good. That's Newport.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
No, I'm finding Martha's Vineyard and Block Island and
Okay,
Block
good.
Island to Point Judith and Montauk, but I can't, for some reason, get to Newport where I know I should see, I should be able to get there.
Did you download those charts?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Scroll to your right as if you're heading east and go up north and head north a little bit and see if that
Yeah, I can see the triangle where it must be Newport, but I've clicked all those red boxes.
Oh, no. Barbara, zoom in there. Zoom in over Newport. And it should automatically populate. Now, there's several ways to zoom in. I'm doing it by 2 fingers on my touch screen. There's also, where are they? Somebody help me. Where's
the plus sign? The plus sign on your keyboard.
With the
bottom right.
magnifying glasses.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's right. You can push the plus sign on your keyboard or the minus sign on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has not found Newport yet?
I have not.
Okay, where are you, Phil?
I'm on the chart files.
Who's talking here?
It's Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't-
Yeah, so I just downloaded a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm gonna click apply.
Let's see, how does this
I'm still
work?
getting the ENC charts that I downloaded this morning. I
I
can't
don't
see
care
the-
if you want to do ENC charts and do them. Tom Stair, you've been very quiet. You got this?
Affirmative.
Good. And Michelle, you got it? Oh, she just disappeared. Okay. All right. And Phil, how about you?
I'm not sure. Keep going because I think I have it on my phone, but I can't get, my laptop is just having too many problems, so.
You
I
try
don't,
pouring
got
hot
it, but-
coffee on your keyboard?
not yet.
I got it, but I was muted, so.
Okay, good.
So I can get Narragansett Bay, but I can't find one that says Newport.
Well, there's not, okay, no, Narragansett Bay is Iran.
Oh, okay. Well, I was looking for, I thought that we had done one that was Newport. Okay,
No,
I
no,
got it
okay.
then.
All right. Does everybody find Narragansett Bay?
Yes.
Okay.
Would this be an okay time to ask a question that I haven't quite figured out and I'm really frustrated with the ECN charts?
Sure.
As I zoom in, if there is a chart with higher level of detail, it shows it without the depths and without the additional detail until such time as I zoom to the point that I don't see enough of the chart.
Well, let's do this.
I haven't figured out how to control that level of detail. Is there a way to do it? Because it's making me nuts. I want to see the depth soundings when I'm zoomed out some without having it take the depth soundings away.
Let's do this. Go over to the top left here, click on options.
Options being the gear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Oops, I only have vector charts downloaded, so I'm going to click on that. You may have to do it on the. Let's look on
You say vector or raster?
That's right. It does say only vector.
Well, I'm looking at a vector chart.
Okay, good. All right. Well, click on vector chart display.
Yep.
Let's see what's up there. Display chart information on objects. That one is not collected. I don't know why not.
Hey, it's click on mine.
Okay, so we'll click that. And declutter text, important text only. Well, that's not on there. Now, graphic style. Try doing a paper chart.
That's what I have selected.
Okay. Boundaries plain, colors for color. Now let's see what the shallow depth. Let's say that shallow depth is at 6.56 feet. What's that, 2 meters?
So I've tried playing with that thing and it will change the coloring if you're zoomed in enough. But if you're not zoomed in enough, then it's not going to show the coloring at all, which has been making me nuts.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with showing the depth soundings.
Yeah, you might unclick reduce detail at small scale. It's where it says chart detail, it says display chart, that one. Yeah, try.
Let me give that a try.
Yeah.
Now let's try clicking apply.
That did it.
Aha, good.
Oh, I love it.
Wonderful.
Wisdom of many. Thank you.
Thank you. Whoever gave that suggestion, who was that?
That was me, John.
Kane.
Oh, John Kane. Thank you, John.
But remind me, are we doing raster or vector as a focus?
I am doing raster, but if you don't want to do something on vector, that's fine. Theoretically, it should be. Hi, Chuck Cornely.
Because that discussion was strictly about vector chart.
I understand, but he was asking about it because that's what he downloaded. Again, some people really prefer vector charts, and I know a lot of the chart plotters do that. I still try to make even my vector charts look like raster charts because they're a lot easier for me.
By the way,
go ahead.
This show the detail apparently has a side effect, and that is whenever you have two charts that are overlaid in terms of quilting, you see the numbers from both charts and they write all over each other. So I guess there's the downside to it.
On the old one, it was a there was an option. Let's see, display. Do you have the controls smooth panning and zooming? And zoom. This is on the gear thing, the display.
Options, display, general.
General. Display, general. These two controls.
We'll see what that does.
Did that help?
I also noticed with all the details there, this thing is taking a long time to refresh and it is pegging my CPU.
Really? Maybe.
No, it did not help. I'm not noticing any difference. Oh, well, at least I know what to play with. Thank you for the pointer.
All right. I would like to, if everybody's got that Narragansett Bay chart, does everybody have a chart that looks similar to what I have here?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a route. To do a route, we go up over here and see this little bent thing here, this little almost triangle says create route.
Yeah.
There. Let's click on that. Now you see a little pencil come up. Now I'm going to put kind of in the middle of Newport Harbor, I'm going to put a little dot. Then I'm going to go out here and this is going to be a pretty rough thing here, but I'm going to put another one here. I'm going to go over to Greenwich or something like that. So I know I have to go around Gould Island. So I'm going to put a dot there, one somewhere near under the bridge, which is going to be totally in the wrong place. One up north of the island. One in near, what's the name of this marina right there? I forget the name of it. Okay. Everybody got a similar type thing, or they're following? Now you don't have to do this. I'm just, okay. I just push escape on my keyboard. That stopped me from doing anything. Okay. I've got a very rough route here. I don't like it at all, I'm sure, because when I zoom in here, I'm going to say, okay, this beginning of the thing, where am I really going to begin? Let's say that I'm going to be kind of near Commercial Wharf or by the Newport Yacht Club. This is where the boat show is. So I'm going to do kind of right there.
Hey, Craig, how do you undo?
On the route?
Yeah, so for some reason I started going south versus north and I'm trying
to put your cursor over the one you want to undo, right click.
Delete. Got it. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
On a PC, you can also press Control Z.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go over here, this one that I just put near by where the boat show is on Commercial Wharf. I'm going to right click it and it says properties. Do this. Now it comes up and its name is 001. Well, I'm going to backspace on that and put Newport. Or you may want to put boat show. Okay, I am going to leave the diamond. You have all sorts of options. If you like something else, I'm going to leave a diamond. It gives the latitude and longitude. Notices degrees, minutes, and decimal minutes. Click OK.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Now, the second one I put here, I'm kind of noticing where the line goes up here. Ooh, it goes on the wrong side of that none. I don't particularly like where that one is. But it turns out there's a nice green big bell buoy right in the entrance, right off of Goat Island. I always like to put my waypoints on the proper side of a buoy if I have a chance. So I just clicked and dragged it there. I'm going to put on here, right click, and for properties, I'm going to put goat. I sometimes do I or island. And then I normally put the buoy number 3. That way, when I open it up, I can say, oh, it must be buoy number 3. Now I'm going to kind of go along here and say, okay, where did I put the next point? Oh, gee, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I might want to have it somewhere close to the bell off of Rose Island. Now, does that take me, I'm looking back down over here. Gee, I'm kind of going on the wrong side of 1. I might just move this waypoint over there a little bit. So I'm not going, oops, sorry. So I'm not going to run over buoy. It's important. Believe me, if you haven't done it, in the fog, all of a sudden you're making an emergency dodge to miss a buoy because you put a waypoint right on a buoy. I've missed a buoy by 10 feet. Very embarrassing.
Not as embarrassing as hitting it.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I won't talk about, oops. And okay, this one here, I'm going to call it Rose 12, or Rose Island 12. Okay.
What if I need to insert a waypoint because I don't have enough?
Good. Perfect. Let's say we want to insert a waypoint. Let's say I wanted to put a waypoint here by Goat Island. I'm going to right click about where I want to do it, insert a waypoint. I didn't really want it there. I want to do it over here. So I just put one over here. See, did you follow that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and then if I decide, I didn't really want to do that, I just right click and delete it.
If you don't have a right click,
It's magic.
I went on and I double clicked, and that brought up root properties, but it didn't give me a place to add something.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any answer to that?
If you don't have a right click, I think you can do a control click.
If you have control on there.
Yep, that's what did it. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Okay, now this next one, boy, I guess they're pretty closely. This is the Newport Bridge. I put it right there. That's the Raycons. We got a tower here, tower here. Yeah, I think that's about where I want to have it. That's dead center of the, so I'm just gonna click that, properties, Newport Bridge. Okay. I'm going to zoom out. Now I want to be in zoom close enough so I can see where the buoys are and stuff like this to make sure that I'm not going to be driving over some shoals. Okay, wow, I guessed right up, on the northern end of Connecticut. I guessed pretty closely again. Well, I've been there plenty of times. So properties. Oops. Connecticut 2. Did I spell that right after the third try?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, now, see, I'm going on the wrong side of here, but it really doesn't matter because I got 25 feet. That's a deep channel. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Now I'm going over here. I'm looking over here. It's 9 feet, 7 feet. Now I have a 6-foot boat. Yeah, okay. Do I want to put in another waypoint down here? What do people think?
Yeah. You
Okay.
have rough seas, you don't want to find the bottom.
Okay, so whoops. I'm going to put right click. It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a right click way over here. Insert waypoint. The fact that I put it over there, it doesn't mean that I can't pull it way down here. So let's do this. But now I'm looking ahead over over in Wickford, and
You don't want to go too far.
yeah.
You're over
So
the 9. Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to go over that 9-foot area. Maybe I'm going to have to put another one in, or do I go up there? This is a judgment call that each one of us have to make. I'm going to put it there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm also going to go back over here, make sure I didn't screw up over here, because see what happens when you move over there. All of a sudden, I could have dragged it right over land here. I didn't. Okay. Now, I'm going to say off. And it didn't actually. Let me cancel that. Notice that the naming protocol all of a sudden changed. It's NM2. I'm not sure what that means, but it means I added one in. So sometimes I just say off Wickford because there's no buoys near there. And by the way, under normal conditions, that's the waypoint I'm just going to ignore because I know that it's not too rough. I can go over 11 foot. It's half tide. It's the 7 foot is really 8 or 9 feet. That's fine. Okay, now I'm going to get in here to Newport. Into Wickford. And one thing I might do is just put this. I might put it out here, but I'm going to kind of put it where I want to. We might go up here to where Glenn Connell has his boat. I'm going to put it there. Well, that's going to totally screw me up, or maybe I just want to end it right there in the middle of town. Which do we want to do? Do you want to put it right there? Is the end it there in the middle of town? That way I can say, okay, I can make the choice of going down here to the marinas up this way or this way. I'm just going to do this. So that's called Wickford.
The anchorage and the moorings are there to the right, just before the 1 foot spot.
Right, the moorings are right there. Now, I am going right over the end, almost hitting the breakwater in this light here. Let's just, right click here, insert waypoint, and probably put it out by gong 2. Wickford. Okay, now I have a route. I'm going to put my mouse anywhere over the line, right click, and it says a route, unnamed route, property. Okay, I am going to say Newport dash Wickford. I'm going to put RI just because Wickford is a relatively small town. I'm going to drag this over so I can see Newport Boat Show. That kind of shows you. Went to Goat Island, Rose Island, 12. Oops, look at that. I typed waypoint properties. Newport Bridge, okay. Connecticut 2, off Wickford, Wickford 2, Wickford.
Should you change the numbers, Wickford 2, make that 1 and then put the final destination, Wickford 2?
No, Wickford 2 was the buoy. I'm gonna click on that. Drag this off to the side here. Wickford 2 is the buoy number 2.
Oh, okay.
I always put the buoy number if there is.
Yep. I was thinking second Wickford, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like to do it that way. For this one here, especially if it was a fog, let's think about doing this one. I'm going to move this one slightly, put it between 7 and 8. So I'm going to say Wickford space 7-8. That tells me very shortly it's going to be placed right between buoy 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, Craig, can you show me how you got to that again? How you got to that screen where you're naming your route? Okay. Well, this is on my PC. I'm putting my mouse right over the line and right clicking. Now, does anybody know how you can do it if you're on a tablet or something like that? Now, after I've got this menu come up, just click properties.
I got all that except my first waypoint is 617 miles.
Boy, oh boy, you got a ways to go. Yes, that does, mine's 617 miles. That's, if you copy this down, that's how far wherever your supposed boat is to that first point.
How do you fix that? How do you move?
One way I do it is, let's say my name is Glenn Connell, and I have my boat over here in Wickford. I could say, click here, move boat here. And now all of a sudden you see your boat there. Now let's do the properties of the waypoint. It's only 8 miles away. So that's how far it is as a crow flies from where Glenn's boat is, basically, to Newport.
How do you do that again? Can you go over that one more time?
Okay, I'm going to relocate the boat to down here. I'm going to right click.
On the line? What do I write?
No, just pick a spot where you want your boat to be. Let's say you want to be at, somewhere here in Wickford Cove. Let's say that your dock is right here where I'm pointing.
Okay.
I'm going to right click there.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to
move boat here.
Move boat here, right.
Properties, navigate to this, copy, delete, send to GPS. Main menu. Oh, okay, main menu, move boat here.
Right.
All right.
Now, what you would do, Ken, is once you've
Okay.
got the Massachusetts charts, you put your boat either right there on Crystal Cove, or I actually have my boat out in the middle of the anchorage where my buoy is, so it doesn't, I don't have a big boat sitting there.
Yeah.
Is the default boat location somewhere in South Carolina?
Is that where that location is? I don't know. Now I'm going to zoom out here and I can see my entire route. Looking back on the properties again. My planned speed, I had it at 6 knots. Not very much wind today. Let's do it at 5 knots. The distance is 10.8 nautical miles. When I do this 5 knots, notice here on the speed over here, they all pop to 5 instantly. Now I could, because I know that the wind always pops up there, I could change one of these to 6 knots or to 6.2 knots. Because I always know that I do 6.2 knots there. Okay, and so the rest of them will stay at 5, and my route will take 2 hours and 8 minutes at these speeds. By the way, since I have this way of putting it Newport dash Wickford, Rhode Island, I don't repeat it here because it seems that it will double do it. So I do it one or the other.
If you expand that box,
Yeah,
you
can
get the
expand.
course. You get the course in the properties box. So
What like here?
look, no, well, look, you want to look to the right side of the box. So use your bar on the bottom to move it
Oh.
over, and now you've got your course.
Yeah, you got your course there, and you can, yeah. Now I could also get rid of some of these things so that I could, now I got a little bit easier. I can see the whole thing.
Hey, Craig,
Yeah,
do you use this like on your boat
I use this for planning all the time.
for planning, but not like, do you then download it?
I have a decent chart plotter on my boat. So I use the chart plotter on the boat.
Okay.
But do you connect this to your chart plotter at all?
I do not. I don't use my laptop on the boat for navigation. I use my cell phone and 2 chart plotters, but I don't use my laptop. A lot of people use their tablets.
Does anybody here use it? Just curious.
I used my cell phone in Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use my cell phone with Navionics.
Yeah, I have that too. I was just wondering if anybody used OpenCN, like exporting it or connecting it onto a tablet, like, you know, as a plot. Oh my God, you can finish for me.
Right.
So I loaded the sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
go
so
ahead.
it's I know that there's a place in here to make data connections, and you can make a connection to chart plotter. So you can do your planning here and then upload the route so that you have the route and call up the route on your chart plotter.
Yeah.
Also seems to be ways to do a serial connection from MIA network devices so that you can pull in stuff from the chart plotter to use it here, especially if you're trying to connect the GPS to Open CPN.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if anybody's tried that connection. We have, although the boat's networked, we don't have our chart plotter networked into the boat.
I don't either, so I don't have the answer to that question, but I would like to do that at some point. But
yeah.
By the
Next
way,
chart plotter.
there's a great thing down here, print. And I've got name, position, course, distance, and the, now I'm going to say, okay. I am going to, I have a PDF printer.
Yep.
So I'm going to click on that.
Where did you get to the print?
I downloaded it. I actually paid for that. That's a pretty powerful thing, although I got the top version. You can also do it to any of the PDF. What's the standard one is the
Adobe.
Adobe.
Microsoft PDF too is free.
Right. I mean, there's dozens of them. I happen to, 7 or 10 years ago, I downloaded this. I can do all sorts of editing in that. If you print it to this, now let's do it. Okay, let's see. Oops, I was working in my hot tub earlier.
By the way, Windows 10 comes with a print to PDF built in.
Okay, good. So I'm going to say the file name should be route. Route. Okay, so save. And let's see if it comes up here. Whoops, I put it in the wrong folder. By the way, why is that not popping up here? Huh, I lost it. But anyhow, you can print it. So, and you can save it. And that's something you can put into your float plan. That's a pretty good float plan. Any questions on this so far?
Nope.
All right. We've already been going for well over an hour. Anybody have any specific questions about charting or about this, or we want to go over anything back to some of the other things?
How do you take the boat off?
The only way I know is to relocate it.
Okay.
Craig, how about adjusting the pull-down menu size? For us, it gets very small. It's hard to see.
That I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts about it?
The question again?
He wants to make the bigger pull down menus.
I couldn't figure out how to do that. I tried because when I was working with the tablet, it was almost impossible to touch it without touching next to it. I don't have a pen. I couldn't figure out how to make them bigger.
There is a way to select traditional Windows menus such that they show up at the top. I have that enabled on mine. There's a navigate drop-down menu, a view AIS, and a tools and a help.
Okay, well that is part of it, but that's not the whole thing.
Well,
Go back to
that
options and look under
true.
user interface because it's one of the options is there.
Where, this is under options, user interface, show status bar, menu bar. Where is it, Jack?
Touchscreen interface.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. Somebody want to
That
try
would be part
that?
of it, but I'm not sure it's necessarily going to change the text size. There's ship scale factor, chart object scale factor, and interface scale factor. I don't know if playing with those is going to change much of anything.
Is that anybody trying it? And see if it doesn't help.
So what I
the chart object.
Now, this is on AIS. I'm sorry, go ahead. Was that Alex? Who was it?
Mark, I
Mark.
selected show menu bar, and then that shows a traditional Windows menu at the top.
Okay, did that help?
It's just an option to using the toolbar for menus.
Right. Okay.
Using the chart object scale factor, if you increase that, it does change the size of the text, especially for the depth soundings, but it doesn't do anything for the menu.
Sorry about that. Okay, now on the bottom right here, the three horizontal lines, and maybe on the, no, I don't see it on the left. Something that's very powerful here is show tide stations. Notice how we got a whole bunch of tide stations, and show current stations. Okay, now there's a lot of them here. I am going to go back and zoom in. Oops, I have to close out of that. I'm going to zoom in near Newport, and you'll see that I have a tide station right here on Coasters Island. I don't believe in Newport. It's strange that there's no tide station in Newport. Okay, so I'm going to have to do one up in the coast. I'm going to right click on that, and it will show that right now the tide shows you where on the tides we are. And I can also look ahead at any time. I'm going to move this over here a little so you can see it. So that low water was a negative 0.27 feet at 26 minutes past midnight. Low water again at 1:12 in the afternoon. I've got a military time here. High tide was just a few minutes ago at 1943. It's now 2012. So that's where you can see we're just past high tide here. So, and I can move my mouse along anywhere here and it will tell me what the tide was. So, gee, we wanted to be leaving at, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 9:57. The tide was 2 foot deep. So yeah, 2 feet to the thing. And let's see where we're going to be at 11 o'clock. Up, we're down to 0.8 feet. Now, where are we going to be at about 1 o'clock? Well, at 1:12, it'll be a negative tide. Okay, that's pretty important, right? I'm going to go to the next day. And you notice that we have a negative tide again. We have a negative 0.4 feet. Oh, gee, on a 4 foot tide, that's a pretty significant difference.
Hey, Craig?
Yeah.
In the upper right corner, I see you have 4 sets of numbers in the upper corner.
Yeah.
I have it by the hour. How do I get to show that way, your way?
It sometimes will do that, and sometimes it does it by the thing. And I can't tell you why it does it one way or the other.
Okay.
I prefer it with a high and low water.
Yeah, that seems much more user friendly.
Okay, now I'm going to go to the other one that was the current. Let's go down here. Let's say we're going out of Newport. See, we started here in Newport and we're going to head down by Castle Island. Well, let's see what the current is here. I'm going to right click on that. Okay, right now, there isn't much of a current, quarter knot. But if I were to have left at, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 1721, it was a 1.3 knot current. And that's is that the one that you were talking about, Michelle? Is, see here, it's got an hourly thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that nearly as well. And I don't know how to change it. I've never do it. You can go down here to here. So let's say we're going to go on a cruise starting next Saturday. So we can see, okay, well, gee, I know that, you know, the tide, the current is going to be at 1.27 knots. And notice it says at 206 degrees. So it's basically southerly, 180 degrees, so a little bit. Then it's going to be at 1 degree, almost due north, at 12:24 p.m. So you can kind of do your planning. You know, that's a, you know, well over a 2 knot difference. And you can see these are all over the place. And it tells you what the current is right now. See, it shows you the current, and it also shows you the depth. At low tide here, you know, this blue will be, it'll be a little empty box, and it, you know, the blue will start way down here. Since it's basically full tide right now, we don't have that.
So what do the three blue arrows indicate?
Where you're looking at?
What you just pointed at on Goat Island.
That is that's the tidal depth. I'm going to right click. Oops, I missed it. Right click on that. That shows you the tide.
Oh,
That's the one you're talking
okay,
about?
that's the tide station. Okay, got it.
Craig, can you just go back to how you inserted those tidal depth icons in there?
The tidal things?
Yeah.
Go down here to the bottom right. See the 3 horizontal lines?
Yeah.
Click on that. Then go up here to tides and currents. Show tide stations, show currents.
Okay.
Now I'm going to click those off, and they disappear. Now, let's say I've saved on my old one, I probably have 100 different routes. I love doing routes. I clicked up over here on the route and mark manager, and it just says Newport to Wickford. Well, there's all of them. I can click on it. I ask for the properties. I could activate it if I was on the boat. Could just put a center view. I could reverse it. Let's click it, reverse it. Do you want to reverse it? Uh-oh, I'm afraid that I might have just screwed it up. Yeah, okay, now we're going from Wickford to Newport.
So for that to be, so that you can see the from to in there, then you need to.
Right, yeah, I sailed from Newport to Wickford this morning. Now I want to sail back. I can just do the reverse. And then on the course, let's see, if I go over here, see, it's starting at 1955, which is, well, a few minutes ago, I don't know what. And so, oh, wait a second, it didn't reverse this. That's interesting. That is interesting. It didn't reverse the ETAs.
Sure it did. It's the 29th. You're getting there after
Oh,
midnight.
I'm sorry, the 20. Thank you. Glad somebody can read in this group. Tracks, we don't have any. There's another thing of waypoints. You can also put in waypoints. I don't typically do it, but let's say in Newport, I want to say Newport. I'm going to put my pointer where's a typical place I'm likely to be in Newport? Likely to be right here at the boat show. So I'm going to put a right click there. This is going to be on shore and drop mark. Where did the mark go?
I think it's
It's
that
a little triangle.
that little triangle, yeah.
Is that it there?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So I'm going to right click properties, Newport. Now, show name. I may want to have something a little bit better, so I'm going to go down here. Don't want to overboard. I don't want diving. Do we see anything here that I do want?
I don't see anything that says Mark's Bar.
It's got to be there.
There's a hazard danger. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
There's no
that's
happy hour either.
Service, wine and dine.
there you go.
All right.
I'm going to do this symbol circle blue. Okay, so now it
Like,
shows.
this is very, very much like Garmin's HomePort planning software.
Actually, it is. Garmin, I used to love that. Okay, now if I go back to the route, okay, now, whoops, scale always. Okay, so distance to the ship. So now I could do a new one if I wanted to. Sure, color scheme. So if I want to do it at nighttime, I can change the, see how I'm clicking the color scheme. And this is another very handy thing. Figure out where you want to print. And you're going to be seeing this. By the way, I'm going to be doing some navigation things. Let's say I wanted to make a copy of this from my PDF, print this, and I'm going to print it either to my regular printer, or I'm going to do it to my Foxit and print, and I can print it. It's a pretty nice chart. And it's got a man overboard if you're sailing. Any other questions? I'm taking a lot of people's time.
Okay, Craig, I missed the part where you located the boat in a different location. Could you briefly go over that again?
Okay, let's say I want to have my boat. When I used to have my free mooring here in Newport, I was just about right there. I am going to put the pointer where I want it, go down here to move boat here.
Move boat here. Okay, got it. Thanks. Great.
How did you do the color scheme? Can you do that one more time?
Yeah, over here on the menu on the left is about halfway down to the moon type thing. Change color scheme.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it just tells you about the website and all that.
So does anybody know how to download this route to your GPS?
I do. There is a way of doing that. Let's see.
There's an option on the route that says send to GPS.
And I don't know how to do it because I haven't done it. Does anybody know how to do it?
You get the file to be GPX file, and you can import the GPX file on your chart plotter.
Ah, I'm sure that's right. Okay. Now, where is that on here?
I think it's under file export.
I'm not finding it. Where is file export?
Well, Craig, if you go
On
to
your
the
right click
root-
menu, or you have to go to the traditional Windows menus.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Craig,
Yeah.
if you go to root, there is an option that says send to GPS. Is that
Yeah, or export selected.
that converted to a correct file format? And
Oh, that's where it is. Okay.
Yeah.
The route
You
in Mark
import or
Manager.
export any which way you want. You import selected to GPX or export.
Okay, yeah,
GPX.
that's it. Okay, it allowed me to export it to, it's only GPX. Okay, that's all it allows you to. So then you pick whatever, where you want to put it. Okay. Everybody got that?
Mm-hmm.
Or it looks like you can send it directly to GPS. And I think you'd have to have it connected for that.
I'm aware that there are plugins for this thing. I haven't explored those things. For all I know, they might do things that you want that it doesn't do with the base product.
Yeah, there is some discussion when you look at the opencpn.org. They do discuss some plugins. I have not explored it.
if you go to options and then click.
Yeah. Here
And
he
then
is. There
plugins
is,
is
right.
one of your choices there. Click on plugins and you can see.
Right, like the GRIB files. You could do the GRIB files. The GRIB files is where you get a lot of the WIN stuff. And you could enable that. You know, there are some things there. I have not played with it, so if anybody wants to figure that out. Oh, it looks like the World Magnetic Model is already been enabled, and the chart downloader is enabled. So we do have 2 plugins already here.
Yeah, Craig, if you go back to that and you say update the plugin catalog, it's going to pull up a whole bunch more of them.
Okay.
Like for AIS and celestial navigation and climatology and
right.
Download. I don't know if it imports them all, but it gives you the option to. The chart downloader used to be an option, but now it automatically gets installed with the.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I tend to not do many of those things, but you know, some people love them. And if you're getting comfortable with one, by all means, do it.
Yep.
Do we know if it has a autopilot interconnect?
I have not noticed one. Has anybody seen it?
I see my PY pilot. I don't know if that's.
Where are you, Ann?
I'm in the plugins further down. You know, they're in a PY plugin, PY pilot. I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure.
You'd have to update the catalog.
Yeah, you'd have to update it. So, you know, I think some of these things would be worth investigating. I find that you probably invest 10 of them and download one of them, but that's fine. Anything else we have here tonight?
No, this was great, Craig.
No,
Thank
this
you.
was terrific.
Thank you,
Thank you
Craig.
so much.
Thank you, Craig.
Now you've recorded this.
I've recorded this, and
Yeah.
Chris said that he would do something. I think he's going to send it to you, John, and ask you to post it or something. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. I haven't worked on any of these.
Okay, I can put it up on the YouTube channel.
Okay, all right. Or if you want to do it, that's fine. If you can save it, I'm not sure if he has to give it to you or what.
Yeah, he has to give it to me.
Okay. Well, he said he would do that. He's on another Zoom meeting tonight, so it's likely to be tomorrow. Again, I'll mention that I have significantly overhauling that navigation, at-home navigation course. And I'm on 4 out of 6 courses and making it so it's all virtual. And I'm using these CPN charts. Again, you can use Navionics or anything else. As long as they're up to date, they should work. The problem is if you have last year's charts and I have this year's charts, we may find that some of the buoys are missed or changed or something like that. That was the reason that we use the training chart, 1210 TR. It makes it really easy, but I cannot find it in any of the, I cannot find the training chart in any electronic format. So if somebody finds it, please let me know. I've looked 2 or 3 times. Anything else?
No, this is,
Craig, just semi-volunteering. I have an old Mustang life jack I'm getting rid. I replaced, and 6 cartridges that are out of date. So I could use those for some kind of a life jacket, meeting.
Good idea. Yeah. Barbara, maybe you can bring that up to the next board, or John, maybe you can bring it up to the next, or Daryl, there's Daryl there too. Maybe we could have a demonstration in either your boat or someplace down that direction.
I could even do it just now. I mean, just, just blow one up here on Zoom, show how to repack it, see what happens when it blows up.
People want to spend another 5 minutes doing that?
I think maybe we ought to open it up to others, though.
yeah, I think other people might be interested.
Okay.
Maybe we can combine it with when Ellen does her Valentine's in the sun.
The sun clothing and
Sun
sun
clothing.
protection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a thought.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
with
got all the
Eldridge.
extra stuff. I can just blow them up and see what happens.
Sure.
Right. Craig, I've got one more question about the charting.
Yeah.
I went to the print option and I'm getting one copy with a page range from 1 to about 10,000. What I want to do is just print out the one that I'm looking at, the section I'm looking at. How do I do that?
Let me see if I can. I'm going to share the screen again. All right, I'm going to print range all. Let's see. Now mine, it may be something that you haven't done it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, mine came out just 1 page, but since it was long and skinny, I didn't zoom in far enough. Let me see if I can stop.
So, okay, so I went to the options on the left-hand side of the screen and hit the printer icon. How did you get what you did?
I just went to the print button on it. Let's see, let me get back over there. over here on the left side where it says print, I just said print chart.
Right, that's what I said. And I came back with a page range of 1 to 9999.
Boy, are you lucky. Let me click on this. Print to file, print all. You might want to say print all.
You can't, those you can't.
Yeah, you can't do it. That's strange. I don't know. Does anybody have an idea?
Tom might get a bigger format printer for bigger paper.
Doing on business cards may not be the best thing.
All right, I'll figure that out. Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know, when I did it, I only got the page as much as what I was zoomed in and looking at. I didn't get the
Okay,
full
so
range.
I just did a print preview and it showed me just what I was looking at.
Okay.
As a PDF. So maybe that 1 to 9999 is misleading.
It could be. You know, if you do it print to file, at least you only have to delete a file. You don't have to delete 1,000 pages.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Greg.
I will say you screw it around because like right here, I've got a bunch of other stuff that's not on here. There is on my old one, there's a chart quilting function and I have not been able to find it on this new one. And if anybody sees it, it is a wonderful,
I did see it. It's here somewhere.
You found it?
I had seen it earlier, but I don't remember where I saw it because it didn't mean anything to me.
Okay, when you get the chart quilting, it's really handy. It's a much better way of seeing it for the most part.
That Zoom video talked about quilting and it looked very simple, but there's a lot of differences here.
That was an earlier version that he was using, which is what Craig had before.
Yeah, Barbara had mentioned to me that I had an old version and I updated it today, which is a little bit screwed up because I did it just before this meeting.
Hey, Craig, I clicked in the menu in the lower right-hand side of your screen right next to the boat, and I saw chart quilting as one of the options, but I think it was under display option. Oh, you don't have it.
You have
enable
display
chart
options
quilting.
enabled.
Oh,
so-
yeah,
It's already enabled. Yeah.
It's already enabled.
Yeah, it is.
Chart quilting, okay.
What is chart quilting?
That is like right here on here, you have this chart quilts right on to the next chart. I'm going to turn it off. Oops, well, that really screwed up.
Yeah, I can see how chart quilting is valuable.
Well, now you have to select the chart at the bottom and then it'll display properly, but just the one chart.
And where do you find that on the bottom?
In other words, those are the blue
rectangles. Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Still didn't do it. Now I did turn off this, and that gets rid of those lines in between the charts.
That's good.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm not sure the way I'll do it. And show depth units. So it's worthwhile playing with these things because once you get it to the way you like it, it really is good. The bottom one, since I'm not using vector charts, that's the reason those things are blacked out.
And how do you get out of the program?
Of that, click the 3 lines again. You're talking about out of Open CPN?
Yeah.
Click the
X up there.
The X up the top.
I don't have an X up the top.
The right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner.
You have to get the premium version.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hard to see on your phone.
Yeah,
No, I'm on my Mac. Trying to get it
okay.
off my Mac.
no, that's your problem.
So on
Maybe
my
I
Mac,
need-
it's on the upper left-hand corner. You got
Oh,
the
upper
three
left, yeah, okay,
circles.
rather than upper.
All I have is the zoom in, zoom out, and then chart plotting, the boat, settings, A+, yellow and green. And I'm not sure what those were for. And show all AIS targets. And then I have the depth and the current, a printer, reversing the route, changing color.
So it's up above that menu.
Yeah, I can't get above that menu. That's what my problem is. I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even see that menu, Barbara.
I mean, that's how I would ordinarily get out, is go up there.
Barbara, can you smile into the camera?
Oh, yeah. Where am I?
Where?
Here I
Okay,
am.
I'm trying to take a screenshot.
Oh,
Hang on a sec.
okay.
Hang on a sec. I missed. Hang on a sec. Hang on a second.
I've got my 3D topo map behind me of New England.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Craig,
All
have
right,
you been skiing?
what else we have tonight? Anything?
No. Craig, have you been skiing?
I'm in Vermont right now. I was skiing today.
Lucky bastard.
Thank you. True.
We were swimming at the beach.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
now
gonna-
you're really making it, and probably Malik can say something like that too.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be around 0. I may not be skiing tomorrow too much.
I would take the day off too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I'm supposed to be a ski instructor Saturday and Sunday, and I'm hoping that they don't need me.
Your students will all stay home too.
Yeah. So if they need me, I'll go in, obviously, but I typically, even on a cold day, will ski an hour or so.
Did you get your
Okay, I'm going to say
vaccine?
good night.
Yep. Good night.
Yeah, good
Take
night.
care, everybody.
Craig.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
night.
again, Craig.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Craig.
Thank you.
Navigating the rest
Thank
of
you,
my
Craig.
life.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
I still can't get out of it.
You're in trouble.
I know. I mean, here it is.
Should be in the upper right or upper left-hand corner, little tiny X.
Yeah, it isn't.
You're in it forever.
I'm in it forever.
What kind of computer are you on?
MacBook Pro. I'll look it up in my cell phone.
All right. Sorry
Because
about
I can't even
Testing
get
one,
to force delete.
Craig, I haven't met Mark. Who is he?
Mark Streitfield.
Oh, okay. I've never seen him before. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's the only Mark in the club, maybe.
Yeah, Mark Streitfeld or Mark Streitfeld. How do you pronounce that? Streitfield.
Streitfeld or something like that.
Streitfeld. Streitfeld.
Did you
Nice
get
guy.
your vaccine as a ski patrol guy?
I was told yesterday that I am qualified to do it, but I tried for about an hour last night and another half an hour today, and I haven't found any place that's got them available. So, how about you?
No, I don't have any special qualifications, which you do, because as you know, for skiing, they figure you're like an EMT anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm a first responder, and supposedly all in Massachusetts, all ski patrollers just got qualified to do it. I have to get a letter from my my ski patrol director. So, but he says, I'll send you the letter when you find someplace to get it done. No. Is that Dennis coming on? Hi, Dennis. You're
How
late.
you doing, Craig?
Yeah, better late than never.
Well, yeah, it was a crazy evening for me.
No, people were just hanging up, literally.
I
"Who's coming?"
figured I just came in to see if I could catch the last couple of glimpses or not, but I guess not.
It was the best freaking meeting you've ever seen.
It was wonderful. And Dennis, do you know how to, I can't get rid of my screen. Can you help me?
Get rid of your screen. What do you mean?
Well, I can't get rid of the program. Do you know anything about Macs?
Yes.
I know a little bit about Macs.
Okay.
He's trying to close Open CPN.
Oh, you just put your mouse just all the way up to the, do you have it like on full screen?
Yeah, and I have it all the way to the top. See
Yeah,
it?
just flip your little mouse, your little cursor all the way to the top, and you should have a little green button.
Yeah, I don't. That's what my problem is.
Well.
How else would I shut it off?
See you, Daryl.
Um,
Reboot.
You're right. When in doubt, reboot.
How do I do that if I can't? That's what I don't know is how do I do that?
Try the opposite top corner. The other.
I did. I've been everywhere. I've gone.
Have you hit the escape button?
Yeah.
All right, there's another one. It's what's the hang on one second. Don't go away.
Control Alt Delete should do it too.
No,
and
no,
it won't
that's a Mac. I mean, that's a Windows thing.
Oh, okay.
There's another one, another similar. Where is that? I've got that somewhere. Where is it? Oh shit! It's on my other computer. It's Control Command or Option Command, Control Command or and Escape or something like that. Try that one.
Kabloom!
Uh-oh, did I lose you?
No, that didn't do it. Maybe I can do it with one of the function keys. Oh, I think that'll do it. Nope. I get the red dot.
Anyway, was it successful, Craig?
Yeah, for planning, I find Open CPN very good. Downloading the first chart is very frustrating and it's not done. It's not very intuitive. I think everybody figured out how to download a few charts on it. To do it again isn't that difficult. Then we did one route from Newport to Wickford, and I moved a bunch of waypoints around and named them and changed some of the stuff on it to show how route functions work and reversed it and that sort of stuff. So, let's see.
The downloading of charts or the downloading and opening charts never seemed to be a big deal. So what was the issue with that? Just the NOAA charts or
yeah, no, it's the Zoom. Using Zoom was difficult. You had to figure out how to do the right buttons.
I got you. Okay.
And so this is kind of where we work. Can you see that?
Yep.
So I did this route that you see in blue here, and now it's going from Wickford back. So it's going, you can reverse it.
Sure, sure.
And we put our boat here, and before it was up in Newport, in Wickford. And so I think it's a handy thing, especially since it's totally free.
Yeah, I wish I had was able to get on earlier because the planning piece, what you just said about flipping the boat from here to there, I used to use Nobletech all the time, and it was fantastic for route planning and just all of that about making routes and also using the planning mode and seeing where you might be if you put your boat speed in, that kind of thing. And it was
Yeah.
also great to weave in gribs and also set up gribs to go along with the speed of your boat, which was fantastic. But I haven't touched that stuff with OpenCPN yet. So
Yeah, well, the grib files are a plug-in. I haven't used it on that, and you can put AIS and stuff like that.
Oh,
I have
sure.
not done it.
Yeah.
And you can plug it into your GPS. You know, on my boat, I've got 2 GPS, and I use Navionics on my phone because that's what's on it. But my Navionics is quite old and pretty clunky. It's great for showing where you are and where you're going, but it's terrible for route planning and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We use for our iPad, I think we use CIQ, which is really intuitive and very easy to work with.
Yeah.
And also open source. And you can, one thing I wanted to talk about tonight, if I was able to get on earlier, was, and I don't know if you guys have explored this or not, the GE2 cap little application. It works great on the what?
Which one?
GE2 cap. It's GE numeral 2 and then KAP. It's a way to make georeferenced chartlets from Google Earth that you import into an open source platform like OpenCPN or CIQ and some of those other ones. And so in the tropics and some other places around where you don't have really good information, and you've also got lots of coral reefs and things like that, you get satellite imagery that you can then put into your OpenCPN or CIQ or other software, and it becomes a chartlet. So when you're navigating through those waters, you actually see the satellite imagery of where you're going, which is in many instances hugely different than what the charts tell you, because the charts are in some instances just off by a quarter mile or more.
Yeah, yeah.
Which when you're dealing with coral reefs, that can be pretty nasty.
Yeah, I've seen some of these open source charts, and they really are good. I mean, and it's plus they're done, you know, real time when people doing it automatically corrects for tides and stuff like that. And some of them are really good.
Yeah, there's amazing resources out there now. If you just yeah, put them together and plug them in, it's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As you say, you know, the charts, even pretty good charts, you know as well as I do, you know, you go sailing in places, if you know the local waters, it says you're in 4-foot water, but on the chart, but you're, you know, well, I got a 6-foot keel and it's low tide and I still got 2 feet under me, you know.
Exactly.
It's all the time. Well,
exactly.
I don't want to do that if I don't know the waters, but when you know the waters very well and you've been there at high tide, you know, you get a little bit more bold.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you saw or not. I sent in that little picture screenshot of down at Kuniyala, the Sandblast Islands, where we were actually anchored on the island in terms of what the regular charts told us what was the case.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and we. Yeah, but see, that was
much.
that was a great example of what you face in these waters that aren't in the major kind of industrial routes that people are a little bit more attentive on keeping up the charts.
Well, and even some of my old GPS things, I've been, you know, according to the GPS, on the wrong side of the breakwaters and on hard ground and stuff like that. And that's in New England. I don't have to go down.
Right.
So, of course, now things are getting much better, but
yeah, they are.
You know, people realize it. I mean, they've changed the height of mountains.
Well, yeah. Well, it's getting much more accurate as we go along.
Yeah.
As long as 5G doesn't screw it all up for us.
Yeah, it could. It could. Yeah. So
anyway, sorry I missed it, and I'm glad it was good. As somebody asked you early on, I'm not sure who it was, whether it was going to be recorded or not.
Yes, it is recorded. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stop recording it now. There, oops, how do I stop recording it?